So Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins was on Brett Kreischer's show. I think that's the name of it. If I remember correctly, he's that fat guy that was backstage at, was it the Netflix premiere? Or whatever it was. And he was getting slapped in the chest by the War Raiders. But yeah, he's a huge WWE fan. I think he's also a comedian or some shit. So they were on this show when Becky Lynch just, I think he's asking her questions or some shit. And, she's just firing off. And she brought up Lacey Evans, and WWE seemingly, well, not seemingly, they actually did, after her winning both titles at WrestleMania, beating Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair, and then she goes in a feud with Lacey Evans, who at the time they were trying to push, and she had the lady gimmick, or she was the lady of NXT, and then they called her up, and she was the lady of Raw. I'd say like kind of like a Southern Belle type gimmick, but like old school, like very feminine, blonde, blue eyes, fucking like, yeah, feminine type, yeah. Not really like that. What was that pinup? Yeah, I guess you would say kind of like the mix of that with that pinup woman aesthetic. But yeah, Becky Lynch was like, for me to go from wrestling, main eventing WrestleMania and winning both titles to fucking feuding with somebody who didn't do shit, it was terrible. I mean, I agreed. Back at that time, what was that? Was that, was it, 2017, 2018, if I'm not mistaken? Yeah, that was a really terrible time for WWE in general. And at the time, we were like, what the fuck? Why is Lacey Evans feuding with fucking Becky Lynch? And she just got here. And then they did the whole reveal Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch was a couple. And then they did the mixed tag match with Baron Corbin and Lacey versus Seth and Becky Lynch. And it looked awkward. And Becky and Seth were kind of like, weren't too keen on fucking putting their relationship on Front Street in front of WWE crowd. And yeah, it just sucked. Like, and then Lacey Evans went on to do nothing. She got repackaged as like, I forgot what the fuck she was, but she was kind of using her arm in her military background gimmick. And she did, if I'm not mistaken, then she started using like the Cobra Clutch or some shit. And then Sergeant Slaughter's daughter was like, "Why the fuck are you doing that? We didn't give you permission to use my dad's like finisher." And then they got into a back and forth. But yeah, Lacey Evans was a failure in WWE. Whether you blame it on her or WWE for not really. Well, I'm not even gonna blame WWE. They repackaged her like 2 times and did nothing. Like, she just didn't connect with the fans. She had a backstory, but she just didn't connect with the fucking crowd, whether it was being a babyface or being a heel. So yeah.